All right, everybody. Here is a breakdown. Two trades, right? And there's one video. So pay close attention. I think you're gonna get something really cool out of this deal. So last night, I get a text message from Michaela saying she's in a buy entry on the Asian session. Okay. And she sends me a picture of it, and I thought, man, this entry is crazy. All right, so that's why we're going to do a breakdown on it. Michaela, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So talk us through what it is that you initially saw and how you saw it and why you got in, and then eventually why you got out. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was looking in the I went to the 15 minute.
The
For
15
the
minute.
15,
Mm-hmm.
but see, we said I did this wrong. I
Well,
seen
I just still want to see. I want you to explain what you did see, and then we'll go ahead and clean it up. You dig?
okay.
All right, go ahead.
So I seen a bullish order block.
Yes, here. Got it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen it coming into the bullish order block. But previous, I was already in a trade and I got in way too early.
Gotcha.
So I was waiting for confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen a break of structure in the 1 minute.
All right, let's go to 1 minute. Here. Loading, loading, loading. So in the 1 minute, you saw a break of structure.
Yes.
Okay.
Seen a break of structure in the 1 minute.
There it is here. All right.
And since I had already been in a previous trade, I knew my stop loss had to be super tight. So I
Mm,
made it 7 pips.
that's
I was taking,
insanity. Straight up. So, and you said that you were in a previous position that was also based on break of structure, which was here, correct? Yeah.
yes,
And
got
you
in.
and you got stopped out somewhere here, right?
Yep,
All
yep,
right.
right.
So that was a loss of close to 1%, right?
Yep.
Got it. Okay. And so this entry, you kept the stop loss tight and risked minimal so that between the two of the trades, it wouldn't add up more than 1%.
Yeah, so I risked $70.
I got you.
Ended up
Okay.
making like 800.
Yeah, so that was crazy. So why did you get out of this trade? And what did it feel like when you were in it?
Honestly, I was looking for confirmation. So I was looking at the 15 minute, and if you go back to the 15 minute, you'll
Uh-huh.
see that it does break out of that bullish order block.
Sure. Right. So you got in uh anticipating, because we don't hope, we
Yeah.
anticipate. We anticipating that it would break above the 15-minute order block.
Order yeah.
I'm with you. Okay. And it does
So
do that.
it
It
does
does
break out.
it does that almost almost an hour later. So was it nerve-wracking being in a trade that you were beneath the bullish order block for so long, and then
Mhm.
finally you get the confirmation that it's going in the direction that you anticipated?
Honestly, no, it wasn't nerve wracking because I feel like I was really confident. But
Okay.
now, like,
Yeah.
but I mean, I didn't risk more than 1%. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna focus on risk management. And if I
Yeah.
lose 1%, then I'm done for the day. And there's always another trade tomorrow.
That's true.
But I wasn't nervous because I just felt like I had confirmation. And if I didn't see my confirmation, I was gonna get out and profit anyways. Then I
Understood.
remember how I told you I'm waiting for like another variation of confirmation and I'm staying in. Then hit that confirmation. Then I was looking for a target. So I went to the pivot.
Gotcha.
I went to the pivot and I
Yes.
just
Here's the
held it.
pivot.
Yeah. And I was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna target that,
Hmm.
target the pivot.
Yeah. So it hit the pivot, but you may have anticipated it a little too soon, and you got out just before it crossed above.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
the
it
only
looks like.
reason I really got out is because my mom was talking to me. She was talking about some books she was reading and stuff. So I was like, okay, I can't focus on these
Yeah,
two
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. A mind divided. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I was in my room before and I felt good, perfect. So I would have held it longer, honestly, because I didn't feel any
Mhm.
type of way really. She was just distracting me. So
I understand. All right. Well, here's what I like about this entry. Number one, um, is that it brought confirmation to what something that we were already thinking about integrating, and that is based on the 12-hour candle, right? The 12-hour candle. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back in time real quick, and I'm gonna go to the beginning of Asian session here, and I'm gonna take us um, to the 12-hour candle. And this is the same setup. This is the same setup. Nothing changes. This is so mechanical. It's almost ridiculous. Okay, meaning that you don't have to do anything different besides what I'm showing you right now. Um, so of course, all of this didn't print at that time. Um, at least I don't think it did. But there was a high and a low on the 12-hour, the new 12-hour candle. Okay, so that when it it broke, uh, typically we say when it breaks above or it breaks beneath, right?
mhm.
But in this case, we don't see the high and the low yet. Okay, we don't see the high and the low yet, but we do see a Sydney high. And if you're going to trade Asian session, or if you're going to trade um, London session, you can keep this in mind. Even though the first candle has not closed, okay, uh, what you were what you were left with was this at first. When the market opens, and it does this every weekday at 5 right p.m., we get a
Yeah.
new Sydney open. And what you can look at is how the Sydney Open and the Tokyo Open differ. Okay, so
Mm,
Sydney's Open is high, right? I'm showing you on the screen here.
yeah.
Sydney's Open, there's the high, and there's Sydney's low. Tokyo opens and it comes to test the Sydney low. Watch
Yep.
this. And then it
Boom.
mitigates the imbalances, right? We're not looking for an entry yet. Okay, even though we broke out of the 12-hour candle, it's not 12 hours yet. Okay, it continues to make low. It crosses the pivot point, closes beneath the pivot point, right? Enters into another bullish order block. Okay, then it makes its way towards an order block that's on a higher time frame. The 15-minute, I think it was. I can't remember. Um, It leaves imbalances to the higher price ranges. At some point, it has to come mitigate. It does half of them there, uh, and it ranges there for a bit. I don't think that was your break of structure entry. It may have been. That may have been your break of structure entry. I don't think it was. I think we have one more. Yeah. So here it's gonna break structure one more time. It goes. Okay. So at this point, in the middle of Asian session, you can keep your Sydney high and make and draw your new Asia low. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so our channel, while it's forming, you can be in the middle of the channel and plot it as it's forming, right? To
Mhm.
potentially make an entry. Okay, check this out. This is why I thought it was a freaking ninja, man. I was like, no way, how do you know that? All right, so we go mitigate more imbalances. There's the break of structure that you initially took.
Mhm.
Okay. And then let's see what happens. It enters the bullish order block, ranges a bit, breaks through the old Asia low. That's now our new Asia low. Follow me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the new Asia low. Now, let's see what happens. Let's see if it respects that. No, it breaks that Asia low. You see how I'm just dynamically following these breaks. I'm not
Mhm.
entering the break. I'm just plotting the candles. All right. And pay attention to the time. Right now at 20, that's 8, right? Am I right? Yeah, 8 p.m. Watch what happens at 8:30. Here comes 8:30. Bang. 8:30 comes and challenges the low and
Mm-hmm.
then breaks through but doesn't close below. Here's a close below. So between 8:30 and here comes 9 o'clock Asia time. There's 9 o'clock there, right? So you get a new low, right? A new low. So you dynamically change the channel bottom, the bottom of the channel there.
Mm-hmm.
Now zoom out. This is what you're left with. You're left with how many points is that? Because that is insanity. That's 230 points. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's safe to say that you've reached the bottom of the channel. That's 230 points. Okay. I mean, unless news breaks during overnight, I don't know. But here is your entry. So here's what's amazing about this entry and something that I've been thinking about. If we enter on the breaks of structure in the channel inside the channel, but not in the middle at the extreme high or lows, then it's probable that the entry will reach first the middle of the channel to test it. So in that case, the break of structure that you entered here on the 1 minute, um, with the stop loss that's based on structure would be at this low with a little bit of cushion. I would just say at 50 points, right? So in case we get a wick that tries to just take out all of the buyers,
Mm.
okay, and then target the middle of the channel, which is right here. That's a 1 to 1.4. That's healthy. That's a
Yeah.
healthy thing. Okay, now I don't exactly know where we are at this point in relation to the 200 moving average, but I'm gonna find out right now. All right, I'm gonna put the 200 moving average on, and I'm gonna see where are we. We're beneath it.
Mm-hmm.
We're beneath it on the 1 minute. Okay, so total counter trend trade. You don't just risk 1%. You risk less than 1% in this kind of trade. Is what we're
Okay.
going to practice for the rest of the week. Okay. Perfect. And so this is a good entry. As you call it, it starts to test the 21 moving average. It rejects the 21 moving average. It tests the 8 moving average, rejects it. So we're in a range. Anytime it rejects the moving average above and the moving average below, you're in a range. You're waiting for it to break through top or bottom. It breaks through the top, the 21 moving average, and there's imbalances up in the in the higher price ranges that need to be mitigated. So it ranges and ranges and ranges. Very little drawdown until you get your first uh, push up, right? And then it
Mm-hmm.
challenges the 50 moving average. This is why I like using moving averages to kind of tell the story in the trade management part of this deal, right? So let me bring back our buy entry. All right, real quick. Here's the break of structure. Here's the stop loss of 50 points. Bam. So on a $100,000 account, 50 points is gonna be. Hello, what happened? Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. 50 points is 20-cent lot size on a $100,000 account. Okay. All right. So we're targeting the middle first, the middle. How likely is it that it's going to come to the middle? We're going to find out. I'm saying that it's going to be likely. All right. So you see a little bit of higher low, higher highs being made. It is testing the middle of a bullish order block. All right. So approaching a bullish order block from below is very risky. Like that could just reject and you know you'll be waiting for a while. especially in Asian session. All right,
Mhm.
so now it gives us more higher high, and it starts to reject the 50 moving average and closes above and pushes even further above for new highs, right? It touches the top of the bullish order block, which is that white dotted line, breaks above the bullish order block. That is where we would typically enter here as it breaks above and closes above the bullish order block. But I like entering on the break of structure at the bottom of the channel, even though there's a bullish order block right in the middle of the channel, right? Because you're going to have to overcome that, and you're going to have to overcome the 200 moving average. That's right in
Yep.
the middle of the maniac channel, right? So we're
Mhm.
approaching the 200, and by this time, I think I'm watching with you, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to potentially, looking at structure, going to potentially reach your last point of entry, which I didn't realize that till now.
Yeah, no, I realize that because
And I was
that's
like,
what.
oh, okay. So I was like, okay, so it could potentially reach that part. So I'm gonna put a line there. I'm gonna put a ray right there on the close of that candle, of that bullish candle, not the wick, but the close of the actual body of the candle. And I would just set an alarm and go to sleep. But you can't sleep if you're in a trade. I already know how it feels. It's like, hold
Mhm.
on, you gotta practice that. That's like sleeping through a drive by, man. It's crazy. All right.
And right here, I knew you see that bullish order block. I knew it was gonna come back, probably come to the middle potentially, or go to the very bottom and shoot back up. So that
Yeah.
was more
The
confirmation.
one that just formed, right, on the 1 minute, with all
Yeah.
of the imbalances that are left to the lower price ranges, right? You have all those imbalances there. It's still safe to stay in this trade as long as LMI stays
Mhm.
green. Now, looking back, it's turned red quite a few times. This is where I would go into a higher time frame. I would look at 2 minute, and where I get a clean green sign, that's where I stay. I don't want to see all that red yet. So now we're on 2 minute, 2 minute time frame, both of which the one and the two are over bought right on the TSI. So the 2 minute comes and tests the 50. Man, if it retraced and got all the imbalances now, that'd be so much better than later, right? So let's see. We'll play it some more. We hit the middle of the target, right? The middle of the channel, which was our first take profit. That's a 1 to 1.4. Okay, but because you, this is what's crazy, is because you had a 7 point stop loss.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, andale, what? I was like, hold on, you crazy. That's when you saw a 1 to 10 RR. But
Mhm.
regardless of what that means, it means that the breaks of structure on the bottom of the channel are potentially really good places to look for entries. Okay, so we continue. I don't know if it, yeah, so it hasn't hit where I was saying it was going to hit, which the price was 35084. There it hits right there. So I was like, yo, that was an amazing entry based on breaks of structure and it being at the bottom of the channel, moving to the upside, first targeting the middle of the channel, and then once it did
Mhm.
that, you look to the structure and to the left, and you see is there any point where price could potentially retrace? And now is where I saw it had to retrace, and it's gonna have to retrace to try to mitigate all of the imbalances left on the lower price ranges. And let's see
Mhm.
what it does. It gives us a little bit more of a high. It doesn't necessarily quite make it to the top of the channel.
Mm-mm.
And then at
Goes
11
all.
o- at 11 o'clock, it retests the 200, breaks below the 200, breaks below the 50, and then continues in that range for a little while. Then past midnight, let's see. Then we look at London open here in a sec. So here is where it went and got closer to the top of the channel. So had you held this to the top of the channel, it's like, yo, it's like magnets. The tops and the bottoms of the channel want to pull price, you know. So that's just cool to keep in mind. Um, so I'll just take us to London. Let's go on major speed. So there, it mitigates all of those imbalances that were left in the lower time frames. But now we're at a bottom of the channel again. So in London session, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a break of structure. Um, is it? Yeah, here it is right here. Here's another potential entry
Mm-hmm.
here with the same kind of idea, 50 points. I want to target the middle of the channel first. Uh, and then let's see. And then let's see if it hits the target. I don't even know. Yes, it does. It goes to the middle of the channel, and that's where I would take profit. Uh, Continues up into it looks like a of the bullish order block, and there's a bearish order block now at the top of the channel. Yo, man, that's like, and then just kind of hangs out in the middle for a little while. Comes back to our entry point. Goes okay. So now that it went closer to the bottom, here's another potential opportunity for an entry based on structure. Break of structure here. Now I'm going to look at targeting maybe 30, a 30 point stop loss. Okay. And the middle of the channel again. I don't know if it makes it, but we're going to find out. Almost made it there. Let's see. We're at 430. This one seems okay. There's it hit target right there. Okay, so it hit the target again. Dude, that's three trades. First, okay, barely missed the target. Like just a few points. Sheesh. That's really close though. Um, Let me see what exactly that is. Maybe I'll move my. Okay, yeah, it's 1 to 1.6. Dude, that's insanity. Just based on breaks of structure coming from the bottom of the channel going to the middle of the channel. How many times can that happen a day? Right? Okay, here's another potential opportunity. Uh I don't know if I like it because it's getting closer and closer to the middle of the channel. This one seems really risky to me. I probably wouldn't take this. If I did, let's see what would happen. I feel like I'm getting stopped out, but based on structure, I have a 40, maybe 50 point stop loss, and I at least want a 1 to 1. So let's play it. Okay, target got hit. Bro, it's insanity. That's four trades. That's four trades based on this 12-hour channel and breaks of structure from the bottom going to the middle.
Wow.
What? Okay, okay. Now I just got stupid.
Because
So
you had to break a structure to the top.
no, because it's
No, too
too
close. Oh,
close to the middle. We don't go from the middle up or down. We go from the top to the middle, from the bottom to the middle.
to the
You
middle.
dig?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay. So now we're going into the top side of the channel. Let's keep watching, looking for a break of structure. I think this is where I woke up. I think this is where I woke up. Yep. So I'm watching this.
There
I
it is.
see that break of structure, but I don't enter. Because I felt like it was not close enough to the top of the range, and we
Mm,
hadn't been to the top of the range in how long? All night, right? All night. We hadn't been since 1 a.m. So London was trying to push up to test the top of the channel. Here it does test the top of the channel. It actually breaks
no.
above into a bearish order block, then rejects back into the 12-hour candle. I mean 12-hour channel. Breaks above again, gives us a new high. This could potentially tell us, hey, we're buying, but we're not buying yet. There was a break of structure, but it didn't close in time. Let's see. Uh, okay, so Here, this break of structure, that's the one I took. Yeah, so this was our trade this morning. All right, at 8:15, which was, I ain't gonna lie, it's nerve wracking approaching the
Mhm.
8:30 candle. Every time I approach the 8:30 candle and I'm in a trade, I just know, uh, yeah, I just know that it has the ability to wick us out. So I had to have a healthy stop loss,
Yeah.
risking 1% or lower. Right, this was my first entry, so I risked 1%. Um, and then we watched price open. Here's 8:30, almost wicked us out, almost got our stop loss. New York open. But then we were given a blessing from the Lord, right? A blessing from the Lord, a bearish candle that went and tested the 200. The next candle, I had my stop loss move into profit from a 50 point. I think it was close to like 20 points in profit, something like this. Um, and then that next candle came. Actually, it was right here. Yeah, right in the middle of that bullish bullish order block. Okay, so that's where I took out my trade in profit, but then it started to retrace. Then the next candle comes and retests and mitigates imbalances that were left from the 8:30 candle or the 8:31 candle, and then continues down to the lower price ranges, and then target I believe was hit right here. Yeah, so from 8:47 from 8:10, so roughly 30 minutes, you gained 120 points off of a 5 or 6 penny lot. That's a good day. Yeah, that's a really good day, actually. Okay, so all based on structure. Breaks of structure from inside the channel. We're gonna have to back test this one. I mean, even though we are taking some trades, I want to back test it and see how well it does, like in a month or stuff like this. So then we take us to where we are currently. I see prices hanging out the middle of the channel. It goes above the channel, breaks above the channel, closes, and then kind of hanging out at the top of the channel. So I would be looking for breaks of structure down, which we have one here.
Mhm.
That was a potential entry. If your stop loss was at 50, I think you'd still be in this trade. Uh, let's see, for a sell, right? For a sell. So let me get rid of that. For a sell, just based on structure being broke and a 50 point stop loss, there you go. You may be getting stopped out right here. Oh, okay. So I would target the high. The New York high is now you're at 100 points. So you are definitely at a penny. You're in a penny trade lot size. Okay, so that's where you are there, and then you would just target the middle of the channel. Does that make sense? I hope that
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pretty straightforward. Pretty
that's cool.
straightforward. All right, all right. That's gonna do it for this breakdown. Well, there's a lot of information right there. So take this and do good. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.